I'm a medical doctor with training in physiology and nutrition, and I want to tell you something that could genuinely change how you think about health, aging, and longevity. For decades, we've focused heavily on numbers like cholesterol, weight, and blood pressure. Those are important, and I check them routinely in clinical practice. But there is another factor that predicts how long you are likely to live that many people rarely hear about. It's called sarcopenia, which means the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength as we age. Research shows that people with significant muscle loss have a dramatically higher risk of early death compared to those who maintain healthy muscle. What gives me hope is this. Unlike your age or your genetics, muscle is adaptable. It responds to challenge at any stage of life. That means your future health is not fixed. You can influence it. Let me illustrate this with a scenario I often describe to patients and students. Imagine two people of the same age, same weight, and similar medical history. Both experience the same fall and sustain the same injury. One recovers quickly and returns to independent living. The other declines, loses mobility, and becomes dependent on long-term care. In many cases, the difference isn't luck, it isn't genetics, it's muscle. Muscle provides what I call functional protection. It stabilizes your joints, supports posture, improves reaction time, and prevents small incidents from becoming life-changing injuries. Strong muscles don't just help you move, they help you remain independent. Large longitudinal studies show that muscle mass predicts survival better than body weight alone. In other words, what your body is made of matters more than what it weighs. I like to explain muscle using a simple analogy. Think of it as a health pension. When you exercise and challenge your muscles, you are making deposits. Over time, those deposits build reserves. Later in life, everyday activities become withdrawals from that reserve. Standing up, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, maintaining balance, all of these require muscle. After about age 30, sedentary adults typically lose between 3 and 8% of muscle mass per decade, and that loss accelerates after 60. By 80, some people have lost up to 40% of their muscle. But unlike a financial pension, your muscle reserve can still be increased later in life. The account is never closed. The body retains the ability to adapt if you provide the right stimulus. Muscle is also a major metabolic organ. Your muscles act like a sponge for glucose, which is the sugar circulating in your bloodstream after you eat. Healthy muscle tissue absorbs most of that glucose and stores it for later use. When muscle mass is low, that system becomes less effective. Blood sugar stays elevated, insulin rises, and over time cells stop responding. That process is called insulin resistance, and it's a major pathway toward type 2 diabetes. Maintaining muscle improves insulin sensitivity even without weight loss. This means someone can be heavier but muscular and metabolically healthier than someone who is thin but weak. Muscle also communicates with your brain. When muscles contract, they release signaling molecules called myokines. One of the most important is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This molecule supports brain cell growth, strengthens neural connections, and helps protect against cognitive decline. Strength training has been shown to increase BDNF levels, especially in older adults. So when you challenge your muscles, you are not just strengthening your body, you are also supporting your brain. Strength also protects you from injury. Many serious injuries in older adults occur after falls. Strong leg muscles and core muscles act like shock absorbers. They stabilize you when you stumble and reduce the force transmitted to bones if you fall. Lower body strength is strongly associated with reduced risk of falls and fractures, even in people with low bone density. In simple terms, strength can protect you even if your bones are fragile. One surprisingly powerful indicator of overall muscle health is grip strength. Grip strength reflects total body strength, nervous system function, nutritional status, inflammation, and physical resilience. Long-term studies show that lower grip strength is associated with higher risk of death from multiple causes. The encouraging part is that grip strength improves with training. It is not fixed, it is responsive. So, let's talk about what you can actually do starting today. First, challenge your muscles regularly. Strength improves when muscles are asked to do more than they are used to. This principle is called progressive overload. That could mean adding repetitions, adding resistance, slowing down movement, or increasing time under tension. Second, focus on compound movements. Exercises that use multiple muscle groups at once are especially effective. Examples include squats, lunges, push-ups, step-ups, rows, and carrying movements. These mimic real-life actions and improve functional strength. Third, optimize for consistency over intensity. 2 to 3 sessions per week is enough to produce measurable improvements if you stay consistent. Fourth, prioritize adequate protein intake. Protein provides the building blocks for muscle repair and growth. Most adults benefit from roughly 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, spread across meals. Fifth, train your legs and core intentionally. Lower body strength is one of the strongest predictors of independence later in life. Simple exercises like chair stands, stair climbing, and controlled step downs can be extremely effective. Sixth, include grip training. Carrying grocery bags, hanging from a bar, squeezing a grip trainer, or doing farmer's carries can strengthen your grip and your overall muscular system. Seventh, test your functional strength periodically. One simple test is whether you can sit on the floor and stand back up without using your hands. This movement requires coordination, balance, mobility, and strength all at once. Difficulty performing it may indicate reduced functional reserve. Eighth, stay metabolically flexible. Think of your body like a hybrid engine that can run on both glucose and fat. Strength training improves your ability to switch between fuels efficiently, which supports energy levels and metabolic health. If there is one message I want you to remember, it is this: muscle is not about appearance. It is about survival, independence, and long-term health. It supports your metabolism, protects your brain, reduces your risk of injury, and strongly predicts how well you will age. And most importantly, it is never too late to begin strengthening it. You do not need extreme workouts or expensive equipment. You simply need consistent, progressive effort. Even a few sessions per week can produce meaningful improvements over time. Because one of the strongest predictors of how long and how well you live is not just your lab results or your genetics. It is whether your body has the strength to support you through the years ahead. Start building that strength today. Your future self will thank you.